everyone, and welcome back to AustinPlus Commentary, where today we are finally doing a review on the Ironheart show. Now, quick one, I do apologize that this is about nearly 2 months late, but it took me, one, because of holiday, and two, I couldn't actually find any way to watch this, because when I tried to watch it, it was in a different language, and there were no subtitles. So I took a very long time to get around to this, and also I'd been avoiding spoilers and all that. So that's why this is actually so late. But yeah, here it is, I guess. So like typical, we're gonna go through the best moments of the show. We're gonna which I think were very limited, and the best characters. So let's get right into it. My first favorite character was Ezekiel Stain, or Joe Stain, whatever, who I think became basically budget Electro. But I think his character was actually quite funny, and he brought some comedic purpose. And I'll tell you now, I didn't like Riri Williams' character. She was too, very stubborn, motivated, fine. And obviously, stubborn is one of my main qualities. So, yes, it's one of those things that I can't really judge too harsh on. But it's Riri Williams' character is very bleak, almost. But Joe's character I thought was really good because he's funny, and two, he was trying to rebuild himself, which is also why I think the whole idea of Riri Williams is she just made him into what seemed to be a monster. It just didn't get his character. I called him budget Electro, and I hope to God this is not the Electro they go with. I highly doubt it is, but you know what Marvel are like now. But yeah, I think his arc was iffy, to say the least, but I thought his overall character as Joe, or Ezekiel, was good as well. My second favorite character, and the only other character I really did like, was the I can't actually pronounce it. I was gonna try and say the acronym, but I don't know it. It's Natalie. Natalie I thought was good. She was all good vibes, good fun. She was charismatic, and it was she was trying to be motivating, and she tried help, but then Riri didn't want it. But I just liked her involvement and her dynamic with Riri, especially closer to the end. And obviously her connection with the big bad that we all found out at the end of the show. I think that was made her character so much more important. I liked Natalie far more than I liked Riri, and as I explained earlier, but Natalie she's just such good vibes in it, and that's kind of why I really do like her character. And I hope if they do a season 2, which I'll get on to in a little bit, I hope she is a character that does stick around. Now, with this new show, there has to be some best moments, and I will say there were 2, and one of them I'll talk in more detail later. The main one, the one that is besides from the big reveal, was the final fight with the Hood, and he was becoming that big monster that was terrifying and disgusting, really. But also that Ironheart suit, then rebuilding, and then that led up to that. All that effort to make that suit that eventually got ripped felt like a very stupid and waste of time. But I did like that scene because it was very action packed, is what I would expect from a character like the Hood, and then what the smarts I would expect from the Riri Williams and Ironheart. And I think that whole fight scene definitely brought the drama and everything full circle. I always liked the Hood's character, the mysterious stuff, and also Anthony Ramos, I think, is one of the most underrated actors out there. He is so good. He is such a good actor, and I hope he comes back. Maybe not as the Hood, or maybe the Hood's moved on and now he's a different personality, or a variant where he's not Parker Robbins and where he's some form of the Midnight Suns. I think he'd fit in perfectly with that. I mean, there were so many theories that his cousin or brother, whatever he was, who died, his name was I think it was Danny or Johnny or Danny. Obviously, you have Danny Ketch, what do you call it? Ghost Rider, and then you also have Johnny Blaze. I think it was one of the two. I do know that, but he was also another person that made a deal with the devil. Obviously, we know who later. And then who convinced Parker to make a deal as well. So he might be the original deal with the devil, known as Ghost Rider. I think that would be a good link. But what I don't understand about this show is because they've got magic, they've got like devils, they've got demons versus technology. The link ain't there. They're trying to find that link. It's just like it's like an opposite magnet. It's going like that. Doesn't make sense. But they kind of managed to make it work. But this whole like the whole reveal with Mephisto, yes, I name drop, blah blah blah. But yeah, Mephisto I think was a very good addition to the MCU, and finally we've got him. And as soon as they said Sacha Baron Cohen was going to be in it, he's been speculated for years. If he wasn't in this, I would have been surprised. But I definitely think Ironheart was the best way to go for this. No, Mr. Mephisto was the best way to go for Sacha Baron Cohen, and I'm so down for this. Now, there's a lot of talk about if there's going to be a season 2. I highly doubt it because this season had a lot of mixed reviews. Personally, it was a good story. No, not even that. It was good action and all that, but just some things didn't add up. The suit designs and everything, what just wasn't great. But I like the whole goal around it. They had said that it was going to be an Ironheart. If it was any earlier, I think people would have been mad. But I think introducing Mephisto was the main thing they wanted to do. But then Riri Williams being some sort of what's the word? Not devils, I don't know what the word is, because it's like you made a deal with the devil and client, that's what he kept on saying. But I think that's one thing that will probably be explored more. I doubt Riri Williams might be one of the new Avengers. She could be, I'm not too sure, but I don't think with this show it kind of fits in, if you know what I mean. One option is, and I think it's a bold one, is make her a Midnight Sun. That is definitely a last resort type thing, but I think if you've introduced a character like Riri Williams, I think you need to do something with her. She's actually very important in the comics, so I think having her as someone who is the technical geek of the Midnight Suns, I think that would be perfect. So I think that's one avenue they could definitely go down. The last thing I want to talk about, and I know this is obviously short, last thing I want to talk about is basically Mephisto. Mephisto is finally in the MCU. He's been teased for years, but the Marvel have finally introduced him as the one and only devil in disguise. Mephisto is one of the... they couldn't have gotten a better character to play him. But I think the fact that they've shown him in his human form, they had a teaser of him in his devil form, was perfect. But I think if they're going to do a full-blown reveal of his devil form, they want to do that in a different sort of project, which I completely understand. But I think this whole, that whole 15-minute scene of him at the table talking to, Danny, Parker, and then at the end him talking to Riri, it shows what kind of character he is. He reminds me so much of Lucifer from Lucifer, and that is the devil type of Mephisto I really liked, and that's why I continuously rewatch Lucifer. It's a very good show. But I think with the likes of Mephisto, have him as they are doing a Midnight Suns thing, have him as the villain or something, where all of his clients come into a team, and then they try and fight Mephisto because they've realized what they've done. They want to oh my god, you could go down so many avenues with this. Or the other option is after the after Secret Wars and all that, do a multiverse, do a supernatural saga with Blade, Midnight Suns, Mephisto. That's the only avenue I think you could particularly go down with the likes of this. But Ironheart didn't open it up to a lot of open, shall we say. It didn't veer off into a different story. It kind of stuck to its own thing and it ended its own thing. But I don't know what else they could do to bring it, to renew it. But I don't think it will have a second season, that is for sure. I think Mephisto will be a big part in the MCU, maybe after the Secret Wars, but I'm very glad that he is actually now in the MCU, that is for sure. But everyone, that is the end of today's video. I do hope you all enjoyed it, and if you did, please leave a like, subscribe, and comment what you'd like to see on the channel. And without further ado, I hope you have an amazing day as always. Yes, I know it was a short one, but it was an Ironheart show that lasted for 2 weeks. And the episodes weren't that long. But I'll see you all in the next one. Bye!
Yeah!